Return to sender. Return to sender. Hi, everybody. That's our theme song. Hi, everyone. I'm Patrick. Joining you once again from Return to Sender universe. I'm your hostess with the least mostest, Patrick. Unfortunately, we will not be joined by Reza today. He had mechanical problems with his magic carpet, and so unfortunately, that's the price you pay when you're out there doing God's work. So he won't be able to make it, so we're going to be flying solo today. Sort of an experimental approach. We're doing it real DIY style. I just got a couple of chintzy Canon cameras. Not to knock Canon, they're great, but like they're not the high quality Blackmagic 4K ones that we did last week. And I've got my pumpkin mic lavalier stand. We're just using what we got here because we made a decision to do an episode a week, and we're going to try to hold up our end of that bargain. It's good to be back here. Good to be here with you guys. I got my wolf shirt on, my glow-in-the-dark wolf shirt on. So, you know, I got that going for me. It feels like it's a pretty good day when this is the case. A lot going on. So, yeah, we had some complications. We're having some confusion with the production company over there at whatever the fuck they want to call it, the Solstice Recovery. Lots of people want pieces of the pie because this is going to be so inevitably successful. No, not really. Reza really pushed me to do this one this week. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I wanted to sit it out because I just don't think I'm that interesting, and I really cringe when I see myself on camera, but we did make a decision to do an episode a week, so we're going to try to fulfill our part of that. All I do is show up, even though this is my house, my equipment, my stuff, my idea. No, I don't know. We're just going to do it and try to make the most of it, you know? Like anything in life. Showing up is 90% of it, and then the other 12% is acting like you know what you're doing. So this is me filling that important 12%. It's been a good week, I would say. Not too much to report. Just came from the gym. That was pretty good. I noticed like there's two types of people in the world that becomes apparent when you're at the gym. There's people with gym bags, and then there's people who don't have gym bags. And I'll tell you something. In the 20 years that I've been working out off and on, not once has the idea occurred to me while I've been working out where I thought to myself, you know what I need right now is more shit. Like, I need more. I wish I had a bug zapper or a lava lamp or like whatever the fuck they have in their. When you see these people at the gym and they have these fucking giant duffel bags, like what is in the bag that is so fucking important that you can't be without it for 20 minutes while you work out, 40 minutes, whatever, an hour. If you're like too super gym bro guy and you have to work out for an hour, like what can you not have with you for that hour where you have to lug around this giant fucking rucksack that like when you walk up and down the stairs, it takes up the entire stairway. You're walking around the gym, you're bumping into people with it, and then when you want to work out, you got to put your bag like on the machine next to you. So you're taking up two fucking machines while at the gym so you can have this bag. And I'll tell you another thing that I noticed. Never once have I seen anybody with these bags take anything out of them or put anything in them. Like they pretty much just have them to like carry them around. I don't know if it's like a safety blanket or like for like having a binky or whatever, but I feel like I want to live in the world where there's no gym bags. Like I'm constantly bumping into these people and they're on the floor, you're tripping over them. It's like, can't you just leave the shit in your fucking like there's lockers there. Like what do you have, your fucking working out awards with you? Like what is in the fucking bag? What do you have, gloves? Just wear them. Fucking corset, whatever the fuck, to work out. Like wear it. Like, what is in the fucking bag? I don't understand. Is it like, does it just... I think a lot of the gyms are like, no gym bags allowed. Yet here we are. And I don't know, I guess when I really stop and think about it, it's kind of a quality problem to have for me. Like the fact that I get to be able to afford a membership to a gym and be able to go there and work out and have an opportunity to even complain about such a thing. I can't help but be sort of grateful for that. So, you know, that's I guess that's the lesson here. But really, enough with the fucking gym bag. Like, just try it. Try working out if you have a gym bag. Try working out without it, and see that you're gonna have the exact same experience, except you won't have a ton of shit to like fucking lug around and get in other people's ways. Like, I don't think it's asking too much. So there's that. And I guess the theme of this week is going to be like about stuff, right? It's a Return to Sender podcast. It's a statement about letting go. And I think this was a good opportunity to talk about the act of letting go, because there's immense power in minimizing the stuff we have, the thoughts that we have, even our feelings. Like we are a culture of more, and there doesn't seem to be like a limit or any sort of parameters for like, or there's no reference point for how much shit we can have. But I'm working this job recently, part-time. You know, it's kind of a get well job. Again, I'm in recovery, and so it's like I'm not talking about a career here, but like I'm just trying to be a worker among workers. And I took a job as a mover. My friend has a moving truck, and we go out and we fucking move people's stuff from like their apartment to a new apartment, or most of the time it's from their apartment to their storage, back to their apartment. And there's one common theme that's found within everybody that I've helped move, and that is the fact that everybody has way more shit than they need. Most of the shit people have is fucking junk. And I'm going to take it a step further and say that there's a correlation that can be drawn between a person's emotional stability and the amount of stuff that they possess. Like, it's sort of an unconscious barrier, I think, that people have that they're not even aware of, that they possess so many things, and these things, they're tethered to all these things, and it makes it difficult for them, I think, to find peace. Or like there's just a lot of nervous energy and a lot of depressing vibes with people who have so much stuff. And then we're moving their stuff into their house, which already has too much stuff. Okay, and then we're moving more stuff. There's boxes piled up, and there's just shit. And it's like, what the fuck is it anyway? It's like lunch boxes and like weird vacuums like that they bought from an infomercial from like 2006 that they used once, and now they don't want to like throw it away because they think there's going to be a moment where they have to like, it's like a specialized thing that like vacuums underneath the refrigerator, and there's going to come a day where they have to do that and they don't want to throw it away, so they keep it, and then it drains their fucking mental acuity or their mental cognition process, and they're very indecisive, and they're nervous, and they're running around, they can't make up their mind, and it's like fucking just throw it away. I'll tell you something, maybe I'm just lazy, But for the past 10 years, every time that I've gotten either evicted or asked to leave by a significant other, it's never been like an amicable thing. It's always been like whatever place I've been thrown out of, basically. I've always just whatever I can fit in my car, and is absolutely like shit I can't part with. Typically, it's like clothes and books and like shoes. And I have a Prius, by the way, so it's not like I'm talking about a fucking F-350 crew cab with like a shell top and it's stuffed to the gills. I'm saying like I can fill the stuff up in my car. Like I can have a passenger in my car and have all my stuff in there and be ready to go. And whatever furniture that I have or whatever, I just throw it away, or I like just burn it. And then you can get secondhand furniture anywhere you go from a store, or just drive around the block and pick up like a perfectly good headboard or a nightstand or whatever. People throw that shit out all the time. Like if you're gonna keep these things as possessions and not use them, and you're gonna store them, what I've found is that people end up storing a $50 desk, a desk they bought for $50. They'll store it for 3 years, paying like $3,000 a year for storage facilities, and then they'll store it for 2 years, and then one day they'll decide, oh, I gotta like clear out the storage unit, and they'll come and they'll look and they'll be like, why I don't want that desk, and then they'll end up throwing away the desk that they paid $6,000 to store because they are afraid to either let go of something, or I don't know, they just don't want to they don't know how to throw shit away. And it's just more economical, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not like trying to preach or anything, and I guess I'm just complaining because when I'm at this job and I'm like bringing the shit up fucking 4 flights of stairs, I get resentful at the people who have hired me to move their shit because they have so much shit. So I know that's my own shortcomings and weirdness, that like I should want them to have more and more stuff because it means I'll get paid more and I have more work. But the reality is like I'm like, you dumb motherfucker, why do you have so much fucking shit walking around with all this fucking junk? Like throw it out. I get like upset. And I don't know, I thought it was worth pointing out because really like it takes mindfulness and awareness to have like minimal stuff. Like you really got to stay on top of things because you're going out to the store or whatever, you're buying stuff and you bring stuff back into your house, and after a while it just starts accumulating, and if you're not paying attention to it or on top of it, it'll just start piling up, and you think that because that it's yours and that you have it, that you need it. But really we need to be going through our stuff regularly, taking inventory. And to be honest, if you haven't used it in like the last 2 or 3 weeks, or if you haven't worn it, used it, fucked it, or lent it to someone in the last 3 weeks, chances are you probably don't need it, and you should just fucking throw it out. And then what that does is it creates space for something new and possibly useful to come your way, and you won't be able to have that experience or acquire that thing if that channel in your life is blocked. I just wanted to get that sort of off my chest. Let's see. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. Obviously, the Israel-Palestine thing. Like, I don't really have an opinion on that. I have a lot of Jewish friends, and I have a lot of Muslim friends, and I'm not friends with them because they're Jewish or because they're Muslim. They're my friends, and they happen to be these things. And obviously, I wish that everybody could find a way to get along and be nice to one another and love each other. And it's very, very unfortunate that what is going on is going on. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs, and I really just don't have an opinion on it. I just hope that the hurting can be minimized or stop, and that we can collectively gather and be supportive and sort of come to a global resolution, because it seems like, I mean, of course, the world would be better with no conflict and violence, but at the same time, there's problems that need to be resolved, and I just hope that they can come to a peaceful resolution, and that we can somewhere, I guess I hope that the hate can be turned into love. As corny as that sounds, like, but I really mean it, because it sucks. It sucks when you see people, going through some of the horrific things, and to imagine the pain they must be. So I don't know. Just a little shout out prayer to Israel, Palestine, and I hope they can get that figured out soon. Yeah. You ever notice how, like, so I live here at home with my parents. Shout out mom, and the fact that if you do live at home and you're in your 40s, you're not alone. And I think if there's the more people that admit to it, the less of a fuck up I might feel like, but the reality is that, like, I'm just lucky to be alive, because I came so close to dying that I can't sit and think about, like, where I'm currently at with my life. Like, I just have to recognize that I'm happy to be alive, and then I get an opportunity to move forward. And I was away for 3 years. I didn't see my mom once, and my mom's pretty cool, so I like hanging out with her. I didn't see her or speak to her on the phone for 3 years. So to be able to move back here, and she's a little bit older, she's like 80. My mom and my stepdad, my mom's 84, my stepdad's 84, 85, and I'm going to take a little swill of this. Hold on. But they're in pretty good shape. They're in their 80s, but I've noticed that, I mean, they are old. There's no way you're going to be 80 and just not be considered old. I mean, that's just fucking old as shit. But although 80's like a new, like, they say that if you're alive, they say if you're 60 today, there's a very good chance that you're going to live to be 100. So I would like to think that my mom's got another 15 years, because she's doing really well. But what I have noticed, I will say that I've noticed that there's certain things that, like, old people struggle with or do, or some of them have many more struggles than others. But I've noticed that when my mom gets on the phone with, like, customer service, or, like, if a technician comes by, all of a sudden, like, I don't know if it's conscious or unconscious, but, like, her, even if she doesn't have dementia, like, all of a sudden she'll, like, have full on dementia and be, like, completely incoherent, and, like, just has no ability, like, or if you hand her, like, a remote control and you're like, turn the TV on, she will literally like, malfunction. I've written down instructions on how to turn the TV, like, just turn the TV on and, like, change the channel. I've literally made, like, multiple page instruction sheets on it, like, very clear. Push button, and then I draw a picture of the button, and I still get phone calls. Huh? What's with the TV? The TV's not working. What's going on? Can you come in and fix the TV? So the other day, our Wi-Fi broke, or stopped working, and the technician came by, and I mean, it threw them through the loop. Like, the house alarm doesn't work, and then the router doesn't work, and they're trying to, like, figure out how to get these things to work symbiotically or whatever. And the modem, I don't know, I just found that, like, my stepdad was on speakerphone with the customer service rep, And as soon as they get on the phone, now, hold on. Now, I'm 85 years old, and I don't, sir, huh? No, I want you to walk me through it. Okay, sir. Are you there, sir? Who? What? Huh? Sir, go ahead and unplug the modem. Take the bone, what? Take the bone where? What? I don't, like, but you get them off the phone with customer service and they're lucid and like they can participate in the conversation and they're quick and like, but as soon as they get on the phone, it's just like it's almost like they give up before, like they've made a decision that whatever the person is going to say is far too complicated, or they may as well be speaking another language, and they literally don't even give them an opportunity to try. They're just like, sir, go into the closet, get the bag. What bag? I don't have a bag. Do you have a? And me and my mom kind of had this moment. My stepdad is on the phone with this person, and my mom is really stressed out. She's at Tony, listen, just be quiet. Huh? What bag? No, never mind the bag. And it's just like my mom's getting, like, I can feel her blood pressure starting to raise, and I don't like it when she gets stressed. But I just had this moment where I looked at her and I just started fucking laughing. I mean, it was just so fucking funny, and my mom was able to see the humor in it. And it was really kind of cool. We got to share this moment where it's like, yeah, you're fucking old as shit, but like you're old as shit and you're doing well. And it's okay. Because it freaks me out, like that the fact that my mom's getting older and that she's not gonna be here forever. Like, I don't know, maybe some of you have like lost parents before, but I can't imagine it's easy, and it's like something that like it's a drastic period or catalyst of like transformation, or like it's turning point, I guess. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like my mom's my sort of best friend, like, in a way, which is really fucking cool that I could say that. I mean, she's not my best friend, whereas like I know some people are like super, like there's certain things I just can't, you just wouldn't tell your mom, so she's not my best friend in that regard. But that was, yeah. Anyways, this is I got this little pumpkin mic stand. I'm just working with what I got here. This is my homie little half dead jack-o'-lantern. Not the best equipment again, but we're trying. We're just trying to put something out there. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're like kind of on this journey together. I don't know what you guys like, what your favorite color is or not. Like my favorite color is green, and I learned something interesting about green, which I'll share with you guys, that the human eye, or whatever, our visual processing center, is able to differentiate and perceive more colors of the shade of green than any other color in the spectrum of visible light. And I think the theory is that because we were, there was a time when we were hunter-gatherers and our survival was contingent on our ability to like collect and acquire food. When we would hunt in the forests and stuff, or in the grasslands, we would need to be able to distinguish the different colors that we would see to be able to spot prey. And so because the forest is made up of so many shades of green, that's why our ability to perceive green is so much more heightened than that of any other color. I thought that was pretty interesting. That's one thing I learned this week. Another thing I learned that I thought was really interesting. I was reading that. Oh, they'll do a little book. So I read. I read a lot. Obviously, like I'm trying to get smarter, I guess, or just fuck. I don't. I don't really know what else to do. Like, I guess it's kind of a form of escape, but at the same time, like I desperately want to improve myself or get smarter because I just feel like I burned so many fucking brain cells getting high and fucking up my life and just, not partaking in the most stimulating or no, that's not true because I was doing tons of meth, so I was really stimulated, but like not exposing myself to the most high culture sort of activities, or I'd really like to broaden my perspective or my engage in like enriching experiences. So I try to just read a lot of books. There's going to be a cut or a weird change in the episode because these are my first time using these cameras this long, and they only record like 30 minutes at a time. So I thought that the card was full, but I guess it just records for 30 minutes and stops, so I have to restart it. So as I've been figuring that out, the lighting has changed, so it's going to feel like this is not a different day and I'm just wearing the same shirt. This is a continuation of what you were just watching. You're not even going to see any of that weirdness that just occurred off camera, but I'll try to remember where I left off. I think I was talking about the book Sapiens by Yuval Schaffhauser, or whatever his name is. And my point about that was that in this last week, in my day-to-day affairs, I found that I'm often engaged in gossip. And I've never been quite sure how to feel about it until I came across it in this book that talks about the history of mankind and from our evolution from early human 70,000 years ago to even what preceded that, Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Neanderthal, Denisovan, Homo sapien, Homo sapien, Homo trans testicle, which is where we are now. No, but there was mention in the book about how gossip is innately wired in our DNA for the purpose of establishing ourselves in a secure place within the group, because we were hunter-gatherers and we lived in tribes, and the way of gossiping was to not only move up the hierarchical structure of the group, but find a secure place within it, because you would want to, gossip in the politics of what's going on in the group. And if Jeff is over there and he's watching Marge breastfeed her kid and he's not supposed to be, then we got to figure out that Jeff is creepy and either exile him out of the group to death, or put him to the back of the line, or just poke his eyes out. Whatever we have to do to stop Jeff from being creepy. We have to discuss these things, and maybe Jeff wasn't doing it, but we don't like Jeff, and we just want to see him go so we can make shit up about Jeff to so we can move up. But so it's sort of it's hardwired, or it's just within our genetic makeup to do it. So when I read that, I realized I could be a little bit more forgiving about myself and allow myself room to gossip. Although after I do gossip, I typically don't feel so good about myself. And there's kind of a unspoken rule about gossip where it's a way to justify it anyways. If what you're saying behind someone's back is what you're willing to say to their face, then it kind of makes it okay. But sometimes the lines get a little blurred because it's not so much what you say, it's how you say it. So, I don't know. I guess I'm, again, telling on myself that I've been participating in gossip, and, I'm not proud to have a seat in the sewing circle, but I have an awareness of it today, and I know that, like, basically everyone, unless they're making a deliberate attempt to not do it, does it. So I guess that gives me a little bit of peace about the whole thing, because for someone like me, uh, like if I find myself in too much discord with the world around me or amongst my fellows, like I'll just be like, fuck you, I'm out of here, and then I'll show you, and then I'll go to like Fresno, to the parking lot of Coco's, and like smoke fentanyl with a homeless guy who has cutaneous tuberculosis, and he's getting high with me, and his face is falling off as he's getting high, and then we get into like an argument because he's trying to steal my stuff when I'm not looking, and we get into a fight, and I have to tell him to fucking leave, and then I'm sad because I'm lonely, and the next day I'm vacuuming up his face crumbs out of my car, and I don't want that. Who would? So I try to just be nice to people, and like I said before, like my thoughts don't always align with my actions, but that is a good thing, because if I was acting the way I was thinking, a lot of the times I would probably be in a lot of trouble, and I'd either be in prison or getting kicked by a group of people. So generally my goal is to like go out and I'm a smile collector, is what you could say. I go out and I try to like smile at people, and then in hopes that they smile back, and sometimes the smiles feel like currency, and if that were the case, I would probably be like a thousandaire at this point. Maybe not a millionaire, but like probably a thousandaire. But yeah, so I have to do that for my salvation, be nice to people, and to just try to be like encouraging, because I find that if I can attempt to elevate others, then I elevate myself in the process. I know it's like super soggy corn pops, but it's kind of true, to to look for what you want to see in the world and in other people. And when I'm able to do that, the things I like about myself become visible to others, and I get to share that with others. And it makes me I don't know. I'm trying here, you guys. I'm really trying. I don't have any answers. Okay? I don't know. I just know that I just want to fucking have peace. I don't like shouting. I don't like yelling. I like a good argument, like a intellectual, good back and forth argument, like especially if someone is clearly wrong and the other person's right, but the person who's wrong doesn't want to admit that they're wrong and they're holding on. I like seeing that desperate attempt to hold on to a wet noodle. But all in good fun, as long as all's well that ends well. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I could keep going. Could talk about some other stuff. Maybe that's pretty good. I don't know what we've done now. Maybe 40 minutes. maybe that's good for now. I feel like I should leave you guys with something. Oh, I have something. So another addition to my book club. If you guys want to join, nobody's in it yet but me. It's basically me reading. I don't even read out loud. I just read in my head. So it's not a very successful book club, but I started it and I'm in it, and you can join it too. So it's an Eckhart Tolle book. It's the one he wrote after The Power of Now. I think it's called A New Earth. And I guess it kind of, there was a line in there that stuck out to me because it's kind of, it's funny that I should have read it today because it has to do with a lot with what I'm talking about with this holding on to stuff and these gym bags and all your shit and all your fucking stuff and return to sender and how it's all going to get turned to dust and like everything you have basically, like if you have a lot of stuff, if you show me like a cool baseball card collection, I will see it as just a future dust collection because everything is going to just turn to dust. Shut up. So the quote was, the less, wait, what was it? The less you have, the more you can become. Or the less you are, the less, something about, it was a paradox. Okay, it was a parabola. I don't know. It sounded good to me and it made sense. The less you are, the more you can become. I thought that was pretty good. I think we'll end there. I'm starting to get like a little bit awkward and the sun, it's going to get dark and I'm afraid of the dark, and so I have to go and turn all the lights on in my house and wait for the sun to come up. So this was really fun, you guys. Let's hang out again soon. I don't know how you can get a hold of me because I don't have, I don't know you. So until we meet in person, you won't be able to talk to me. But maybe I'll get like some kind of comment thing going. I don't know. I'm new. I'm very new to all this, and you're going to teach me as I go, and I'm going to try to be teachable and just show up and smile. And God bless, and I love you. And remember that everything is fleeting and must be returned to sender.